So I don't talk about the Ukraine situation a lot. The Russian invasion of Ukraine, I should say. I haven't looked into the specifics of it very much. What I do know is that Russia invaded Ukraine, and that's bad. That's a bad thing to do. And they've killed a lot of Ukrainians who were innocent and had nothing to do with anything. So Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, has been fighting back against the Russian invasion, and the Biden administration, from my understanding, did a pretty decent job of defending them, right? Of sending them weaponry, not putting boots on the ground or anything, just sending them weapons to defend themselves, which is good. I think that it's good to arm people who are being invaded so that they can defend themselves. I think we can all agree on that, right? Unless you're Donald Trump and JD Vance. So all of this is to say, I believe this happened earlier today. Donald Trump and JD Vance just tried to humiliate Zelensky live on American TV, smugly demanding gratitude while openly mocking him like playground bullies counting favors. My respect for Zelensky and my embarrassment as an American just surged off the charts. I'm beyond disgusted. Let's take a look. I've seen parts of this. What I do know about it is that Donald Trump and JD Vance were big babies in this meeting, but Zelensky came in here like the Giga Chad that he is and, just told it how it is. Hopefully I'll have more commentary to add to this than just the little that I fear I'll bring to the table. We'll see what happens.
And I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr.
Yes, Gunter. Yes, but after that,
Is that loud enough?
he broke this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is.
I've been on Twitter. Okay? I've seen what's going on over there with my own eyes. Firsthand from behind my computer screen, I'll have you know.
Propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people in your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come?
The reason I pulled this one out specifically is because it's the longest one I found, and I want as much context as necessary.
It's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country.
A lot of questions.
You're being disrespectful.
During the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position.
Zelensky's literally sitting here trying to warn them that, like, if you let Russia have their way, you are also going to suffer because we are allies. Like, I don't know the specifics, but Ukraine is a U.S. ally for what I assume to be very good reasons. You know, I'm sure they give us something. If Russia takes that from us, it's gonna suck.
To dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good. We're going to feel very good and very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself.
Check mod chat. I grabbed 10-minute version if you want it. Is there anything in the 10-minute version that we aren't getting here?
Well, if I didn't align myself with
this
both
is
of
better.
them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, hi, Vladimir?
If I didn't align myself with both of them, we wouldn't have a deal. What the f does that mean? One country is invading the other. You should be siding with first of all, your ally. Second, okay, what Israel is doing is reprehensible. We all agree on that. But if nothing else, at least we can call them our ally, right? Like, on paper, Israel is our ally. That's not even true of Russia. That's true of Ukraine. Ukraine is our ally. We should be defending them. There's no excuse for this. Not even on paper.
How are we doing on the deal? It doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America. And for the good of the world, I'm aligned with the world. And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hatred.
The guy invaded his country. Dog, are you telling... Okay, Mexico isn't even in the process of invading our country, but let's say that they were. Are you really going to tell me that you wouldn't hate Mexico for that, or the leader of Mexico? Like, you already talk like you do, and they're not even invading our country. You just claim that they are. Like, come on, man.
And I understand that, but
So much hatred.
I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way. So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. They
tried that. They literally had ceasefire deals, and Russia didn't abide by them. They've tried diplomacy. It's not going to work with Putin.
The pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
Dude.
Exactly
but,
right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah.
Did he just try to correct him and was wrong? Come on, man.
The situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking
Valid
about
question.
the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but he.
Dog.
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful.
What are you saying? That he didn't say the right words in the right order? What are you talking about? He just walked through this with you like holding your fucking hand. Even I understood that, okay? I have no idea about this conflict hardly, except for like the bare minimum. And even I can understand the basics of what's going on here. He made it like idiot proof.
For you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring it into this conflict.
You should be thanking us.
You see what problems we have.
I have been to.
Count once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know
On
what
Twitter.
happens is you bring them on a.
I've been on
propaganda
Twitter.
tour, Mr.
I know what's
President.
going on.
Do you disagree that you've had problems? Bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's
I will
respectful
answer.
to come to the Oval Office
I
of the
will
United
answer.
States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent
You know
the
what?
destruction?
Zelensky is just, listen, I don't know Zelensky that well, but in this circumstance, he is just trying to do best by his people. So yeah, I don't give a shit if he's disrespectful to you or your office or our precious White House or whatever the fuck. Like, people are dying, man. Shut the fuck up.
Of your country.
Shove it up your
A
ass.
lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now. But you will feel it in the future.
You
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on this
position to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
He's trying so hard to be the big boy, to be the guy wearing the pants in this room, and it's failing.
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influenced.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influenced.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
I would
to be
say
in a
not.
very bad position, and he happens to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have
in
the cards right now. With us, you start having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
Okay, this is a minor point. I don't know if that's like a translation thing. I like to imagine it is. You know, like that, like an expression like that doesn't exist in Ukrainian, like holding the cards. And he's just like, what are you talking about? A card game? What? We're not playing cards, man.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
what you're
You're
speaking
gambling
about?
with
What are you
World
speaking
War
about?
III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful.
That's actually like insane to say. That's insane. Like World War III is not something to take lightly.
To the country, this country,
I'm
that's
with
back
all
to
respect to
you,
your
far
country.
more than a lot of people said
very
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, you said thank
Even
you.
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and
You need to say
campaigned for
thank
the
you to
opposition
us.
in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of
you're speaking
America
about?
and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you
He's
can...
not speaking loudly. He's not
Yeah.
speaking loudly. Your
Come
country's
on,
in big
man.
trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No,
Can
you've
I
done a lot
answer?
of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not
I
winning.
know.
You're not winning this.
Yeah, I think we all know that.
You have a damn
We-
good chance of
we are
coming out
staying,
okay because of
Mr.
us.
President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
He's saying
No,
thanks
no,
now,
this
man.
We gave you, through
I
this
said thank
stupid
you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me.
Yeah, 'cause they're
equipment,
allies,
if
man.
You didn't have
Because they're allies. I read something about this earlier. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Give me just a second. The United States established diplomatic relations with Ukraine in 1991 following its independence from the Soviet Union. The United States attaches great importance to the success of Ukraine's transition to a modern democratic state with a flourishing market economy. U.S. policy is centered on realizing, well, this doesn't say why we're allies, though. There was like some kind of agreement. Hold on. Wait, bilateral economic relations here. The United States has granted Ukraine market economy status and terminated the application of the Jackson-Vanik Amendment to the Ukraine, giving Ukraine permanent normal trade relation status. The United States and Ukraine have a bilateral investment treaty. U.S. exports to Ukraine include coal, machinery, vehicles, agricultural products, fish and seafood, and aircraft. U.S. imports from Ukraine include iron and steel, inorganic chemicals, oil, iron and steel products, aircraft, and agricultural products. The U.S.-Ukraine Council on Trade and Investment was established under the country's agreement on trade and investment cooperation and works to increase commercial and investment opportunities by identifying and removing impediments to bilateral trade and investment. So we're trade partners. We're trade partners. So we're losing a valuable asset if we let Russia take them over. You know, even from a practical standpoint, it's not good. It's stupid.
our
That's all that Zelensky's trying to tell him is like, this will hurt you too, man.
military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. We signed a treaty forcing Ukraine to give away its nukes, and in return, Russia wouldn't violate Ukraine's sovereignty. Thank you. So we do owe them. We demilitarized their nukes.
In 3
Okay.
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days.
So we owe them.
This is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course he has.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I
Again,
tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of
accept
times.
that there-
He said thank you, man.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight
They
it out in the
tried.
American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't play
you're
this,
running
Mr.
low on.
President.
Yeah, dude. we forced them to get rid of their nukes, and in return, we said that we would defend them. That was the deal. Now you're altering it.
Soldiers, it would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire.
He's not saying I don't want a ceasefire. He's saying he's tried. He's already tried. Russia won't abide by a ceasefire. He won't address that.
Right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
He's not saying that.
You get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what
that wasn't with me.
means.
That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was
This
with
is
Obama
embarrassing.
who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia
You have an attitude problem, Sweaty.
What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you
but
saying?
what
She's
if
asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb?
They've already done it. They've already done it, man. What do you mean, what if anything? I've seen this part, by the way. I know what he's going to say next.
Bomb drops on your head right now.
Let me go back.
Okay? What?
Russia breaks the
So you can hear the whole
ceasefire.
thing.
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it?
He's so stupid. This is not a random bomb dropping on your head type moment, okay? They're not asking, what if aliens invade the planet? They're asking, what happens if Russia, as they've done in the past, breaks the ceasefire deal? What then? What will you do? Because they've already done it. What the are you talking about? What a joke of a president. I could literally do these negotiations better than he could. And I don't say that lightly.
I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden
Anybody
didn't
could.
respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony win.
Yeah. What if extremely likely events happen? Well, what if extremely unlikely events happen? It's like, imagine this, like he tells you to go out to the beach without sunscreen. Well, and then you ask him, well, what if I get a sunburn, sir? And he says, well, I mean, what if a boat falls from the sky and lands on you? You don't need the sunscreen, dude. Like, this is ridiculous. They're not comparable situations.
Witch hunt where they used him and Russia.
Look at the disappointment in his face. Hold on, let me go back just a
You
little
ever hear of that
bit.
deal? That was a phony. Putin went through a hell of a lot.
This is the moment he knew, right?
Deal. That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam, and he had to go through that, and he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom.
Oh my
It came
God,
out of
Hunter Biden!
Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop
Hunter Biden.
from hell was made by Russia. The 51
Why are we talking about Hunter Biden's laptop? I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. Why are we talking about Hunter Biden's laptop? Do we really have to bring up that man's cock right now?
He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think
What?
you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave.
Oh my God, he's so done.
You're
He's
gonna
so
make a
done.
deal Or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
In this moment right now, he's literally contemplating what he's going to do. He's like, this is it. Like, it's over. It's so over.
I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest.
It's not very nice.
All right. I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be
I
great
think Zelensky has
television,
seen
I will
plenty.
say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks, sir.
I need the back of your chair.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, he's really trying to figure out if he should, commit a war crime right now or not. He's like, this might be my only opportunity. If my country's going down, might as well take him down with me. I think that's it. What a pathetic display. What an absolutely childish and pathetic display from the leader of our great nation, huh? God. It's not going to go well for Ukraine in the coming years, I must say. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the notification bell to be notified when I upload. If you enjoy my content, you enjoy what I do, I really appreciate any financial help that I can get. Go to youtube.com/AlecGunterTTV/join. You got some awesome benefits, such as seeing early videos, awesome emotes that you can use in the comments of YouTube videos, and a sweet badge next to your name. So if that sounds interesting to you, I'd really appreciate if you join. It is cheaper than the cost of a blowjob from your mom. So with all that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.